Let's talk about something we all love: carbs, specifically bread and rice. How do we keep enjoying these amazing foods without the energy crashes and all the health worries that can come along with them? Well, today we're going to break down some simple, science backed strategies that might just change the way you look at your plate for good. You know that feeling, right? You love a good slice of bread or a nice, comforting bowl of rice. But you also know what can come next: that dreaded energy crash. It feels like you're on a blood sugar roller coaster. It's a super common problem, but what if I told you there's a way to get off that ride? So let's talk about the main culprit here: the postprandial glucose response. It sounds complicated, but it's really just a fancy term for that sharp spike in your blood sugar after you eat carbs. You know, a spike here and there isn't the end of the world, but when it happens over and over, research is pretty clear. It can increase the risk for things like type 2 diabetes. So managing this is absolutely crucial for your long-term health. But what's so fascinating about all this is that the solution isn't about just cutting these foods out completely. Nope. This isn't about deprivation. It's about being smarter. See, the real secret isn't just what you're eating. It's all about how you're eating it. So let's dive right into this delicious dilemma. We're going to break it all down into 3 simple hacks you can use to manage your carbs wisely and keep that blood sugar nice and stable. And the best part? You can start with your very next meal. All right, our very first hack is all about a simple idea: upgrade your carb. This is all about making a few smarter choices at the grocery store and using some incredibly easy kitchen tricks that can seriously change how your body processes these foods. First up, let's talk bread. And believe me, not all loaves are created equal. Sourdough bread is the clear winner here. It has a glycemic index of 54, which puts it in the low GI category. What that means for you is that it has a much, much gentler effect on your blood sugar compared to standard white bread. So, what is the magic behind sourdough? It's all about that amazing fermentation process. That old school method actually changes the structure of the starches in the flour. It makes them harder for your body to break down quickly. On top of that, the organic acids that are created, like lactic acid, also play a huge role in slowing down how fast that glucose gets released into your bloodstream. But get this, here's a really cool trick that works even with plain old white bread. One study found that by simply freezing your bread and then popping it in the toaster, you can actually lower its impact on your blood sugar. See, that process of cooling and reheating creates something called resistant starch, which your body doesn't digest as easily. It acts a lot more like fiber, and that helps prevent that big sugar rush. Now, let's switch gears to rice. We're always told that brown rice is the only healthy option, right? Well, when it comes to blood sugar, the research points somewhere else. One study actually found that parboiled rice, that's rice that's been steamed before it's milled, cut the blood sugar response by up to 38% compared to regular white rice. And you know what's really surprising? In that same study, brown rice didn't show much of an advantage at all. And just like with the bread, there's a super simple kitchen hack for white rice too. All you have to do is cook it, let it cool down in the fridge for about 24 hours, and then reheat it before you eat it. This simple process dramatically increases that good-for-you resistant starch, making yesterday's leftovers so much kinder to your blood sugar. Okay, so you've upgraded your carb, awesome. Now let's move on to hack number 2, the power of pairing. This is all about what you eat with your carbs. You gotta give them some friends on the plate to help buffer that impact. Just think of these as your carbs' best friends. Adding healthy fats like some olive oil or avocado, or protein like chicken or eggs, or even an acid like vinegar or lemon juice. All of these can seriously slow down how fast the glucose from your carbs hits your system. So here's a new rule: never eat a carb alone. I really want to focus in on that last one because this acid hack is just so powerful and so easy to do. I mean, how much of a difference can a little splash of something sour really make? How about a massive 30%? Yep, you heard that right. That number actually comes from a study where they found that just adding some lemon juice to a meal with bread lowered the blood sugar peak by 30%. And vinegar? It has a very similar, really powerful effect. We're not talking about a lot here. Just a couple of teaspoons on a salad or in a glass of water is enough to make a huge difference. Okay, you've upgraded your carb. You've paired it perfectly. What's left? This brings us to our final strategy. Let's call it your post-meal playbook, a super simple action you can take after you finish eating. And the time commitment on this one is, you're not going to believe this, it's tiny. We're not talking about a full hour at the gym. We're talking about just 5 minutes. That's it. Research shows that a short 5 to 10-minute walk within about an hour after you eat has a real measurable impact on your blood sugar. And why does it work? It's so simple. When you get up and move, your muscles start demanding that glucose for energy, and they just pull it right out of your bloodstream. It's that easy. So let's bring this all together. The goal, really, is just to flatten your glucose curve. It's not about saying goodbye to carbs forever, but about managing them with a few really simple, powerful habits. So here it is, your 3-point action plan. First, upgrade your carb. Second, pair it with some protein, healthy fats, or some acid. And third, act by taking a quick walk after you eat. Look, each of these works great on its own, but when you start combining them, that's when it becomes a total game changer for your health. And that's a wrap. The real power in all of this is putting it into action. So I'm going to leave you with a question. Looking at all these simple strategies, what is the one hack that you're going to try at your very next meal?